Today was a great day because there was this debate between Bitcoin and gold. Michael Saylor on the side of Bitcoin and Frank Giustra on the side of gold. They're both billionaires. Frank is a Canadian. Mr. Giustra is a Canadian, so that was interesting. It was hyped up. I was very eager to watch this thing. As far as a traditional debate goes, Tom, did you see it?
No, no.
It,
I was too busy looking at the Safe Moon AMA. Goodness gracious.
Well, so I follow Michael Saylor. I've watched hours and hours and hours and hours of that guy.
Too much. I'm going to say too much, Michael Saylor.
Not even close to enough.
Him and Chamath Palihapitiya and Elon Musk. You really love these social media charlatans.
Yeah, these mavericks.
Yeah, you're a big fan.
I really like them. So I've been following. If you're in the Bitcoin space, maybe you know about Michael Saylor. The guy owns hope.com. And if you go to
Yeah.
hope.com, it leads to Bitcoin, all things Bitcoin, because Michael sees he's a huge proponent. He put $1 billion. If in case you don't know this, Michael Saylor put $1 billion into Bitcoin. So
Of his company treasury.
all of his
The
cash in the company, they put it into Bitcoin, and then
the
borrowed
first
money
CEO
into Bitcoin.
to do such a thing publicly, anyway.
That's right. And so he got the ball rolling. He tweeted out to Elon Musk that Elon Musk should do the same thing. So Elon Musk's company, Tesla, put I don't know how much money into Bitcoin.
Well, I think Michael Saylor visited the because he put on this conference for like rich people, like this 1,000 people conference about Bitcoin that no one else could see except these rich people. Then Elon Musk comes out of that, and now Elon Musk is a believer. I don't know. This is what I pieced together. I don't know what billionaires are doing.
So I was foaming at the mouth, just salivating, waiting to watch this debate. Right, Daniela Cambone from Stansberry Research is the one who moderated the conversation, the debate, and you had Michael Saylor versus Frank Giustra. Now, look, go watch the thing. You can sign up. I tweeted out about it. You can find the link there at I Love Peter Paul on Twitter, and you can watch the debate. It's now about 2 hours long. I'm not even going to talk about that because I've watched hours of Michael Saylor. He said what he normally says. Like there's nothing special there. And I haven't watched hours of Frank Giustra, but
Wait, was Frank convinced to buy
no,
Bitcoin?
no. And
Oh,
the thing is, the style of debate, I don't think it was possible for him to be convinced. Now, here's the thing. This is why
yeah.
I
So
want to
this
talk
is
about it.
this is your sticking point.
This
This is
is
what
what
you're
bothers
ranting about
me.
today.
Okay, so it was a very, in terms of a traditional debate, it was very well done, very well executed. Very few ad hominem attacks, very clear understanding of what the questions are and answers, time delineated. People didn't go over. You didn't feel like anybody took more time or anything like that. That being said, what kind of shit way to do a debate is this? Okay, 5 minutes to answer the question, 1 minute for a rebuttal, for follow up, and then that's it. Like you need follow up after follow up after follow up. I mean, how many conversations are you having? I say something to you, Tom, and then you come back with one thing, and that's it. I can't even go back on what you just rebutted my thing.
Peter, I wish relationships were like this. It would be fantastic. Just move forward, get reelected. No, the presidential debates were exactly like this, right? Is that what they were modeling? Is that what it felt like?
It's exactly like that. There was actually a very good presidential debate, like compared to other debates that happened in the last cycle with Trump and Biden. I think it was Martha Raddatz, if I'm not mistaken. What was it? ABC, PBS? Anyway, I can't remember the names, but the moderator, mostly stayed out of it. She put the question out there, and then she let them talk. And she didn't actually cut them off at their time. Like she mostly let them speak, especially when they got into it. You know what I mean? Like when you start getting into the conversation, you're like, I'm not going to stop them here because they've hit their limit. Let them continue the conversation. Let it go. So I really like that. In this part here, it wasn't really like that. In fact, when the question is posed to Michael, you don't even see Frank's reaction. He's not even on the screen. It's just Daniela Cambone and Michael Saylor, or Daniela Cambone and Frank. And so it felt like it was like two interviews going on,
Right, right.
not these two people talking to each other. And it felt like more like they were talking to the moderator than they were talking to each other. Like I can just imagine the conversation they would have had if it was 3 hours, just them talking alone. We would learn so much more from the conversation than you answer the question. Like virtually all these answers I could have Googled these answers. Like I could have watched any of those videos. Like it's like they weren't really talking to each other. They weren't in the same room. It was virtual, but it's like they weren't even in the same space. I found it incredibly frustrating. Every time it's like they make a point, the other person says, I disagree, and then that's it. They
Mhm.
make a point, I disagree, and then that's it. But no, back and forth why you disagree, back and forth why you disagree, dig down deep. I
I,
figured
I
out.
really thought the whole point of this was that the Frank was like inviting Michael to please convince me. Like I want to believe, but I just don't see it, and that's what I was so eager for.
He came open, like he was open with this idea of like I want to believe sort of, but it was just out of respect. He didn't believe. It's not like I'm going to go buy a car, a used car, and then I'm open for the salesman to sell me. He wasn't looking
Mhm.
for a used car. He was just like, oh, you guys are selling cars. Let me go check out what you have to offer. So in that spirit, like I don't think he was disingenuous. I think he was, if you could convince him, he would buy Bitcoin. But he didn't really get to talk to Michael in the way that Michael speaks so that they could actually have a real conversation. It was a
So what's a good
debate.
format for a debate? What would you want to see? Like you're not talking about just like put a microphone in between them and then just leave it be. Like you're thinking about some sort of format.
Okay, at the very least, putting a microphone between them and letting them talk for 3 hours will beat 99.9% of all debates. Okay? If you just let the candidates on stage just talk, then you're going to see like how do you handle, let's say one person is like overbearing and insulting or whatever, you're going to get to see how the other person handles someone like that. Like you get.
Okay, so I saw a debate like this. So Ash Bennington, one of the hosts and editors on Real Vision, the financial platform that I refer to all the time,
Mhm.
and there was a debate between Pompliano and Mike Green. So Pompliano, anyone in the Bitcoin space, he's a big one of those social media proponents of Bitcoin.
Charlatan.
True believer. He's a true believer. I
Sounds
think Chamath
to me.
doesn't necessarily believe everything he's saying, but who
What?
knows?
How dare
Um,
you? How dare I
that's a
will
sep-
fight you right now. I
well,
love that
I
guy.
I go based on the performances of the stocks he promotes. So that's
All
the
right,
stock
tell me.
market tells you the truth.
Pomp and Green. Go ahead.
Pomp and Mike Green, and Mike Green is like this really well spoken, very intelligent uh, analyst for the markets. He's not an economist. He analyzes market trends and market practices and flows of money, blah blah blah. And he's like completely against Bitcoin, or he thinks it's a bad bet for a lot of people to make with all their money. Whereas Pomp is all about go all in sort of thing or whatever. He's not against going all in. And the debate that they had with each other started off okay, and then clearly Pomp took something that Mike Green said as a ad hominem attack, and then it evolved into like Mike Green sort of like trying to be the adult in the room as Pomp is just like so that's where it was awkward. Like then I was happy where Ash, who normally doesn't jump in, would jump in order to like, well, I think what Mike's saying is this, and I think what Tony is saying is this. Like that's when I want the moderator to come in. When it's like it's jabbing back and forth. When they've gone too far down a definitions pass or making claims about the other person's motivations and personality. Like that's what I want the moderator for. But if that's not happening, then you're right. I want the moderator to be completely invisible. I don't even want to see them on the screen. I want to forget the moderator is there until there's the referee settled on the brawl. When you're seeing a fight, you don't want the referee to be standing there the entire time. Just you want them to fade into the background.
Yeah, I totally agree. My favorite debates are when the moderator is literally tiptoeing around. They're barely making their presence known. They're keeping the conversations going, keeping it on track, but not in any way concerned about the time, like a stickler for time and only 5 minutes, and then the conversation flow. But it's the format that's my problem. Thank you so much for watching the show, for being with us. We've been here for over an hour and 12 minutes. So I'm really happy to everybody who, however much you watch, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. If you could just take a moment and go over to youtube.com/happy for a change and just hit that like on this video. It'll help other people find the video, lets people know that there's something valuable going on. And if you're inclined, you can subscribe to us on Happy for a Change. And we got lots of great content coming. And we have Bad Guru Nightly, we have Jumpstarts, we have a ton of information if you haven't seen it yet. Things that will give you an edge, things that will help you to make money, understand yourself better, and understand the world better. Happy for a Change is here for you. If you haven't done it yet, you can go over and join the Happy for a Change audience over at facebook.com/Happy for a Change. We're creating the largest online audience of people who are willful, deliberate, who recognize the value of their attention and are willing to give their attention to great ideas that make you more effective, more efficient, more capable of pursuing your dreams. We believe that if we allow great ideas to thrive, then we create a better world, and it will make it easier for you as an individual to enjoy your life. Jumpstart is here to jumpstart your life, to give you that edge that you're looking for you to understand what's going on around you, and for you to not be left behind. Yeah, we talk a lot about crypto, but that's just because crypto is the next best thing. It's like if we didn't talk about the internet. You want us to be talking about horse and buggies? Huh? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you, people? No. But if you have any questions and comments, we are always open to hearing what you have to say. You can check Tom out on Twitter at Sacred Prophet. You can check me out on Twitter at I Love Peter Paul. No, I'm the one who stuck with that. Tom's got Sacred Prophet. Or I Am Bad Guru. Why did I give the I Love?
Exactly. It's I Am Bad Guru.
But thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It really, 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 really helps us.